Hey, my friends, this is The Art of Prepping. Thanks for joining me today. It's a beautiful fall day in 2017, and I must say that it's a great time to talk about meditation. A lot of things in the world seem very chaotic, but I think anytime that you look at the world, there's always some kind of chaos going on. Humans are inherently a very messy species, if you will. And that's not to say that we're animals, but sometimes we do act like one. And in the midst of our lives that we feel stressed, unfocused, ungrounded, always thinking in the future and never in the present, we may want to consider something different to help us through all this. For those who do not practice meditation, it's just something to consider. Something that I've been using for a long time, and it's something that a lot of people use on a daily basis to get results, to become a lot more of who you really are and to tap into your own potentials in ways that you may have never known of. It's a process, and it requires consistency over time. But even 5 minutes a day in your form of meditation can go a long way. And there's a lot of different ways to go about meditating. Some people use mantras, or they use the rhythm of their breath. Some people sit in quiet and they clear their minds. It depends on what you need and what works best for you. There's various different types of religious and spiritual types of meditation, but you don't have to go that route. You can actually just use it as the tool that it is. And meditation, at least to the best of people's knowledge of meditation, goes back in various forms many thousands of years. Many thousands of years. It probably comes to the very beginning of humanity. We probably had various coping mechanisms to deal with things. And maybe in our more primitive state, we had different ways of meditating and thinking about things than we do now, but it probably serves some of the same function to get us redirected and refocused and regrounded and not so abstract in our thinking, and take us from being someone that's always worried about future events that may or may never happen to someone that is now thinking about the things that are going on right now in their own personal life, living in the moment, and really living in the sense of true ownership of that moment. That's something that we don't see and hear a lot about, is people in the moment, enjoying who they are, just taking a brief second in their life to identify that they are alive, and there are many things to be thankful for. Yes, we are surrounded by suffering and pain on an ongoing basis. No doubt about that. But let's just go ahead and just call the kettle for what it is. There's a lot of good in the world as well. That this idea that everything is going downhill is not always true. There's always cycles to everything, and there's always misunderstandings to everything. And so I think that if we can reframe the way we view the world, and one of those tools, once again, is through meditation, we may see the true essence of not only what's going on around us, but who we are, and how we can be to improve the world around us. So just something to think about, something to look more into. A lot of people communicate with me about how stressed out they are and how hard it is to filter out all the negativity in the world. Then you might want to look into meditation as a way to help you. It's something that is very simple. It does take some practice to kind of get into it, and to create a habit that it will endure. But once you set this up, it becomes part of your life in a good way. And so I encourage you to check it out. Thanks again for all your ongoing support. And hey, you guys take care.